hip hop beef?
I feel like the number one hip hop beef would have to be 50 and Ja. Only because they're still alive. Right? Because they're still alive. Both are still alive here today. And I've seen it in real time how it started from the beginning to the present. And I've seen in real time one went from here and one went from here to there. Like I've seen the changes, I've seen it all, and they're still beefing
Impact.
today. And it's 2026. So I feel like that has to be the number one beef in hip hop. I feel like, because a lot of people, and look, a lot of people might argue me and gonna say, yo, Drake and Kendrick or Pac and Big and whatever
You
case
know
may
why I
be.
don't think Pac and Big? Because
Go ahead.
Pac and Big wasn't actually over Pac and Big. You know what I'm saying? It was really over, you know what I'm saying, Suge and Puff.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's what, like, that's why I have to give the Murder Inc. shit number one.
Because the shit was real.
Because Biggie and Pac never got physical. John 50 did.
Got physical. Shit was real.
You know what I'm saying?
Couple of times. So like, yeah. And still today are beefing. Like what nigga, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's run down the list though. I want to hear the list because I gotta hear who they got on this
Oh man,
list.
hold on, let me get it up.
Because this is a good topic because, I mean, a lot of people will argue with us. They'll say Biggie and Pac, or they'll say Kendrick and what's name, or Kendrick and Drake, maybe off of the sales that they generated, because they generated a lot of sales, and and it opened up a lot as far as like these lawsuits, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It kind of
Explode the
changed the
shit in the
game.
game.
Yeah, it kind of changed the game a little bit. I'll say that, but I'm not saying that that's not my favorite beef. You know what I mean? Like that's not my favorite beef, and I'm not gonna say it's number one. It was a good beef because we had got a good battle because they did shoot it out for a couple of days, but nah, it was still like It's like 2026 shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's over there in his country, you know what I mean?
Right.
And what's his name's over here, and you know what I mean, in LA, and
Right.
you know what I mean, and they're just shooting out through the fucking.
See, well, they got on a list. They got number one, Tupac and Big.
Yeah, see, I knew they would have that.
Yeah, I don't agree. I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say, no. I'm gonna have to disagree. You know, I'm gonna only go with Tupac. You know, I'm gonna go with Tupac and Big
That's number one.
as number one.
Wow.
More lives was lost behind that shit. More lives was lost behind that shit. Because it didn't start behind them. Their faces was used for that shit. But remember, a whole gang war broke out in Compton, California behind that shit. A lot. That's just the lives that was lost out there alone. Besides what we knew around, like in the music game and entertainment, we found out a lot of lives. I think I'm gonna go with
But
that.
at that time, but hold on, because you're old, you're a little older than me. So at that time though, like,
I give 50 and Murder Inc. number two.
but see, then this is why we got to talk about like and like I said, the reason why I give 50 and John number one because the longevity of it. But for Big and Pac, you saying more than impact, and you was more older than me, so you could remember more of that time than I do. So like that time when it was really going down, like what do you remember? Like what was going on? Because you had the magazines,
It was
you
like
had
this.
like interviews. You know what I'm saying?
like this.
What was it like? Because
It was
I don't
like-
really, you know what I mean? I was younger,
Look,
so
It was like this. We in high school. You got niggas in high school that's listening to West Coast music, and that's what they representing. That's what they listen to. We riding with Snoop, Dre, Pac, and all them. And then you got the people who's bumping Mobb Deep. You know what I'm saying? Bumping Nas, bumping Jay-Z, playing Big. You know what I'm saying, and all that shit. So that's how it was at that time as far as the music tip. Now on a temperature time as like. When that beef was brewing with that beef,
yeah.
that shit was real. That shit was real, but it was real because of who was involved, not you know what I'm saying, not Tupac and you know what I'm saying, Biggie.
Right.
It was literally the shit that was going on between Puffy and Suge, where situation happened with Puff Man and Suge Man down there in Atlanta at the Jack the Rapper, which started what?
That's
That's
what
like
kicked it.
90. You
Yeah,
know
that's
what I'm
like
saying?
90.
That's the original seed of
That's in
all
the
that.
early
You know what I'm
90s.
saying? That don't have nothing to do with Big. That don't have nothing to do with Pop. That got something to do with Puff. You know what I'm saying? That's his man that did
Right,
that
right, right, right,
situation.
right,
You
right,
see what
right,
I'm
right,
saying?
right, right.
So with that right there, and you know what I'm saying? That shit that happened in Atlanta, it sparked off some shit that early in the game could never be turned back when, you know what I'm saying? Just once motherfuckers pass, you can't turn back after that.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm
true.
saying?
That's true. Nah, that's real. That's true.
It's hard to turn back after motherfuckers get shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Some motherfuckers might turn down and be like, all right, you know what I mean? Sometimes but you know motherfuckers in the streets that'll be like, nah, fuck that. Ain't gonna be no dead, I don't care about, niggas ain't hearing nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know?
Cause and then another thing, 50 survived.
You see what I'm saying? And he's a nigga who feel like, I don't give a fuck if I survive.
So
Y'all
like,
niggas is
you get what I'm
forever
saying?
my,
So
like,
that's
you know what I mean?
and that's why I said that's why it's a good argument, like where you could put the Ja and 50 number one or Big and Pac number one. Cause like you said, it's real shit behind those beef. That's why I said I can't put Drake and Kendrick shit on the top beef. I could probably put it up there for the top of like the raps maybe. You know what I'm
Now,
saying?
this is cause you know a lot of that shit was indirect too that was going on with you know what I'm saying? Pac came out and got direct with that shit when that shit set off.
Pac said some names, nigga.
So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and them times it was
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, he went off, nigga.
yeah. So that's why I say like I don't know. It's hard to say the Pac and Big number one or the 50 and Ja.
But who? But did you?
But
Was he able to find the
see,
list?
50 and Ja's a strong fight too for a number one spot too. Because remember, now Biggie and Pac, we never got to see the result of who would shift whose career because they both passed.
That's why.
He was able to shift Son's career regardless to whom or what. Yeah, son, we're not taking nothing away from Ja, but did his career shift because of what he went through with 50 Cent is a fact. You know what I mean? So that's a fight for number one spot
and that's
too.
why I said. That's why I put that up there with number one. For reasons like that. That's my number one answer.
All right, so they got number. All right, so we know our number ones. We just said that, but they said number one, Tupac and Big. Number two, Jay-Z and Nas. Number three, 50 and Murder Inc.
Right.
Number four, Ice Cube, NWA. Number five, KRS-One and MC Shan.
Okay.
Number six, Drake and Meek Mill. I don't feel like that was even
shouldn't be
list
number
worthy.
6. Yeah, number 6.
I don't really think that was list worthy. L Cool J, Kool Mo D for number 7. Boogie Down Production, Juice Crew number 8. Easy and Dre number 9. I don't feel like that need to be in there. Pusha and Drake. I don't feel like that's.
And they have 50.
Yeah, they keep going down.
That's crazy. Like
T.I. and Flip. Kendrick.
Kendrick and who?
Who's that right there? Kendrick and Big Sean. That's 22. I mean, I had that at number 22 on the list. I mean, Kendrick. And that was a little joint they had. Yo, you seen what happened with Don C?
Nah, what's up? What's we gonna see?
Look at this right here. He had to sell a Virgil Maybach because I
Don
guess
C?
yeah.
I just seen him. He was dropping something.
Read what it say.
Don C. I got one for sale, less miles, and cheaper, and still can't sell. Do y'all just not want Don C to get back on? I'll throw y'all courtside bull tickets. Need cash.
Swipe over. It's gonna say why this here.
All my single guys, get a prenup.